JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
Woo, hey, yo, what's happening, people? Y'all know what time it is, man. It is time for Classic Conversations with JT and Low.
There it is.
Yeah, because we're waiting on that day for my man to get back, but we about to get this thing going, to my right. That is Low, a.k.a. Low Down Production, a.k.a. Mr. Sit Down at Uptown. How you been, brother? Oh, your week was good.
I had a great week, man. Actually just finished filming an episode to Sit Down at Uptown with our guest over there to your left, man. But everything's good, man. Can't complain. Outside of my Steelers got beat down last night, but other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah, they want to go there, but since you did,
hey, man.
We'll get back over there. We'll get back over. Well, I am JT, a.k.a. your classic man, a.k.a. Mr. Versatility. But to my left, as you see, man, we got a special guest in the building. I'm going to let him, because, I don't think I could do nothing to really introduce, what he does. There's a couple of things I want to say, but I'm going to let him say it. We got Mr. Jack Thriller in the building. How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I am doing fine on Cloud 9. I'm happy to be here. Yo, thanks, Dwayne, man. I appreciate the invite and including me in on your you did the shindig, dog. I want to talk to you in a low down dirty game. And let's get it popping, baby. Let's get it popping, man. It's a pleasure and an honor.
And you are still, what is it, the sexy gospel
sex symbol. Yeah, gospel sex symbol. We finally got a debut it on Drink Champs, man, with my man Dion Cole on one of the most popping podcasts in the world this past week. We went viral with it, and now people understand it. They get it. And sometimes it take a certain platform to get people to understand your vision. You dig?
The sexy sex symbol.
Gospel
sexy symbol.
That means you can go to heaven and still be fine in your mind. Whatever that look like to you.
Okay. Well, listen, before we get going, I know you've been here a little while. Did the Sit Down at Uptown early and everything.
Sure enough.
I'm JT.
That
Dwayne over there.
Okay, got you.
But
a fellow JT.
We Gucci, brother.
Come on now.
We Gucci. Just want to make sure, because we're going to get into some gospel stuff, now that
Really?
we got there. we're going to talk about this past and some of the things that he been talking about. But first off, hey, listen, people out there, I want you to be a part of the show. 404-500-1605. Angelo, tagline.
Tell a friend, tag a friend. Tell a friend, tag a friend.
Yes,
We live?
people. Push.
We
Oh, yeah.
live,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Right now.
Oh, okay, got you.
Right now. And the mistakes we make is right there.
Got you.
Yes, sir. That's what it is.
Ain't no going back.
That's
Ain't
right.
no
Yes,
going
people.
back.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Yeah.
Dwayne, where we at? I need you to push the button. Uh-oh, he got to find it. Push the damn button. Just push the damn button. Push the follow button, the like button. Then also there's another little button that it usually has an arrow, and it usually points to your, if you're looking at it, it's going to point towards, as you're looking at it, it's going to point towards your right. Hit that button. That means share. And then all you need to do is just start hitting people.
Push the goddamn
And just-
button.
There you go.
Push the button.
There you go. There you go. That's all you got to do. That's what we need for you to do.
Show up.
That way we know that you giving us some support. And guess what? It's free.
Got you.
It's free. Just put. That's all you got to do.
Come on now.
It's free. It's free.
Snap
So
that
yeah,
face.
Jack, glad to have you here, brother. Glad to have you here. Real quick, one of my partners, I have to do this because I know he's watching. He's watching early because he got some family stuff going on. But I got out of the military in 1991, and I left one of my
You was at
great
Desert Storm?
friends. I didn't get over there, but I was.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah.
I know.
You see,
Yep.
we had the early out program, and I was one that jumped up and down raising my hand, so I got on out, and I left one of my
You ate
partners
some
over there. I left one of my partners in Europe. This was my first roommate when I first got to Germany, and it's been 34 years, man, and he was in town this weekend, so I got to kick it with him yesterday. My man G, my man Grantham, I just want to say I appreciate you, my guy, for real. I'm proud of you. Had a crazy time just sitting talking about memories and some of the stuff we did in Germany. That boy could put me in jail if he wanted to. I don't know the statute of limitations, so we ain't gonna talk about everything that we did. Appreciate you, my guy. Much love to you.
Y'all military niggas.
Oh yeah, we will not let 34 years go by, God willing, before we, grace each other's presence again. So we're gonna, because Jack, he doesn't have much time. He's a busy man. So he ain't got much time with us. And since he's the gospel sex symbol, there's this pastor out there that's what's his name? It's the Michael Todd. You heard of him, Pastor Michael Todd?
Yes, yes.
Controversial
Yeah.
pastor, lost a little weight, and everybody talking about the clothes he's putting on look a little feminine. But he's, they were saying, shoot, it's because now I can show my body, my stomach ain't covering up my belt line and all that type of stuff. But he actually came out. The name of his church, hold up, is he's the
Why you gotta say come out? I don't remember him saying. I don't remember him saying nothing about coming out.
yeah, he didn't come out. Let me change that.
He's still in.
You're right.
He's
You're right.
still in. He married.
He's still in. He
married to a woman now.
He married, and his wife approves of his outfits.
Yep,
People
yep.
were saying
Come on
it was
now.
feminine, but I didn't.
Because
see
he lost a
anything.
lot of weight.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. They're saying he's like, hey man, because now the man showing what he's done, everybody want to say he's feminine.
Yeah.
But this is the thing.
I just lost a lot of weight. I lost 100 pounds, bro. I was 319 last year.
For real, bro?
Yes. This time last year, yes.
Oh, you got to tell us how that happened. What?
No, do my dog, Coach Q, right over here, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 8 miles a day on a treadmill, 1,000 crunches a day and whatnot. That's why we got to get at 5 a.m. We back at it again, 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? That's 40 miles a week. 150 reps on strength and body training. You know what I'm saying? On the top, 5 different workouts every day throughout the week. I'm 43, and I just feel like you have to prepare to become old, but at the same time, gospel sex symbol, man. We about to take it to a whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? And, me and Angelo, we about to talk about some things, and get something popping right here, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, that's dope. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, man. Hey, dog, I want to look better. I want some better hoes. I want some better people in my life and whatnot that God has called to.
Gospel sex symbol.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
take me
what
to
we
another
doing.
level.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
And you got to look good on Drink Champs.
gotta look great on Drink Champ.
That's right.
Hey,
Understood.
dog, I was Incredible Hulk on that. The comments, they were like, yo, you like you on steroids out here, man. The ladies calling me handsome right now, man. They want to lick a nigga arms, and I'm about to chest beat some ladies.
Yeah,
Help me.
gospel sex symbol. That's
They-
what we're
they
talking
help
to
me
right
to
now.
make-
Yeah, that's what we're talking to.
I'm
right
sorry
now.
about it.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Michael Todd. Michael Todd.
All right. Pastor Michael Todd, he was talking about, he said that God doesn't bless the person that you are pretending to be. He only blesses the person that you are. So he was talking about cursing. And he was basically saying that if you curse out around your friends, but then you get in front of your parents and you don't curse, or you get around some elderly people and you don't curse, he said that you actually fake. So my question is,
I do cuss around my mom. I like, look here, bitch. I paid your rent last month. I can do the insurance, but I can't do the car note. Was I wrong?
He said, was I wrong?
Was I wrong?
Did you pay for the whole 6 months, or did you just pay for a month on the car?
Month.
Well,
a month.
You only pay for 1 month?
Yeah,
You couldn't call a bitch for 1 month. You had to pay for 6 months up front.
Dog.
If you'd have paid for 6 months up front, then you had the right.
See,
I ain't gonna say it. You had the right. I'm just gonna say that part.
Let me say this, bro. You got to realize your mama had a life before you. Somebody think your mama a hoe.
Yeah. I know they do.
Yeah, somebody think your mama a bitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And whatnot. And so is your mom still with your daddy?
Oh hell no. Oh yeah, he did it. He did it a couple times. I was just talking about that last night. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come
He
on.
called
Now,
that broad, called that bitch. Yeah.
I was just telling Q, would you date your mama if your mama wasn't your mama? He was like, hell no. Would you date your mama if your mama wasn't your mama?
I can't see my mom as fine. I see my mom as I can't see my mom as fine, but
Angelo,
no, I wouldn't.
Would you date your mama if your mama wasn't your mama?
I can't even visualize. It's hard to answer.
Your
that
mama ain't your
question.
type, right?
I can't visualize. I mean, it's like
Hey man.
that's a weird question.
Yeah, how long we gonna be here? We're gonna be in trouble.
But if
We
Janet
ain't gonna be
Jackson
able
was
to
your
go
mama,
home.
if Janet Jackson was your mama,
But you
you date
don't
your
look.
mama?
But you be looking at. You know what I mean?
if Janet Jackson was my mama, I would fuck my mama.
Mama, you know I love you. My mama watching right now.
Yeah,
So
I'm so glad mine.
That's a
already went
hard.
to sleep.
I just can't visualize that. That's all.
Just tell her you don't want her. Just tell her you don't want her, bro. And call it a day.
Call it day.
Just call it a day. It ain't you. It ain't you. I don't want nobody like you. It is what it is.
Hilarious. But on topic,
Yeah.
he's keeping it real based on what the preacher said. Because he said
Yeah,
he cussed
basically
with his
he
mama.
said- yeah. Wow.
Hey, we're gonna move on for that.
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, the man is saying that you are not being yourself if you're in front of your parents and won't curse in front of your parents when you actually curse when you out and about in the streets, hanging out or whatever.
He says being
And-
fake.
Yeah. Some people said that it was respect.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is it respect or is it you being fake? What you feel? Well, I mean, hell, you curse in front of your mom. You curse at your
No,
mom.
no, but at the same time, it depends on if you won't smoke or not. And I done got to the point at 43 years old, I pick my battles wisely. I think it's picking your battles wisely and asking yourself, is this necessary for me to do that? And it's all about making better choices, for you.
Mm-hmm.
For you in your conversation. How far do I want what we talking about to go? You say how Angelo had cut me off, and he was like, hey, you know what? He answered the question, and we just kept on going. You just got to choose your battles wisely. It is what it is. You know how far you want this conversation to go. So you like, let me go and edit myself because I don't even want her thinking what I think or she think I'm thinking and whatnot. Because remember, it's nobody's fault. I mean, nobody's business what you think about them. But it is your business what they think about you.
Okay.
It is your business. You need to know what Angelo think about you. But he don't need to know what you think about him.
Interesting.
Oh, and your mama. And your mama.
And we're back.
No, I mean, not your mama. I'm talking a general mama.
Hey, we back. I
apologize, man.
All right, no, you all good. You all good. So again, let's get back on topic. you hold off a second.
Oh yeah, I'll be over here if you need me.
Is that if you need me?
In your mind, what do you think? Is it a respect thing or is it actually?
I mean, naturally, y'all know I don't cuss, but I would think that even like my oldest brother, he cusses in front of my mama, and every time he does it, I cringe. You know what I mean? Because I just don't think. I think it's more a respect thing to me. I don't see why that would be fake. I think it's kind of weird to say it's fake because you don't.
Oh, he was standing. He was on it. He was standing
Really?
on it. He was standing.
I
on
think that's
it.
kind of weird.
It was on the Breakfast Club. I was listening to the Breakfast Club. I mean, he was standing on it, and he tried to flip it, and he tried to put it on in regards to as a parent and your kids coming in the house cursing by mistake or whatever, and you getting on them or punishing them for cursing. He said now
As kids.
Yeah. He said now, if your kid thinks that it looks and sees you trip out for them saying damn or saying shit, how are they gonna come to you if it's about something serious? Say something like drugs or something like alcohol or something like sex or something like being bullied or something like, I mean, if it's a girl, getting pregnant, all types of stuff, things that are of more importance. If them cursing is gonna make you react that way, will it create a divide to keep them from coming to you about something more serious? That's how he tried to flip it.
I think that's kind of corny.
Yeah, I can't go with him on this. I can't go with him.
Hey man, and the thing is, he was a guest on the show, so people was kind of being, kind of mum about it, and
It was very entertaining.
Charlemagne is usually the one that come at people, but Envy was like, "What?" Envy was like, "No, I disagree with that." My kids are not going to come around me and curse, but they will still come around me. It's a respect thing and all that type of stuff. I'm with you on the respect thing, but then I just started thinking of it in a broader sense. Folks that's in corporate America, people that out there have, regular jobs, my present company, they not into that, but when you're at work and things of that nature, you know how people say that you have your code switching. People say you have your white voice when you're on the phone. Good evening. Hi, this is James over at such and such, and how can I help you today? When if you call my phone, I'm like, yo, what up, dog? Is that being fake, or is that, what you have to do to survive? You back in. You come on back in.
Yeah, I'm all about code switching. Yeah, so depending on who I'm talking to, that's who you gonna get. It's what's on the line. Definitely. I'm all about reading the room. Definitely.
Yeah.
If I feel like it's a free fall, we're gonna definitely do that. If I feel like it's some kind of family decision thing, I think that we should definitely be blunt about what we want and what's the call to action and then the goal in question. And when it comes to the relationships, same thing. You got to be all the way 100 with your kids and your significant other. I feel like that's the only way y'all gonna take it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your take, JT, on both of them? You didn't give your opinion.
Like I said earlier, I'm Mr. Versatility, so I can walk in any room and I can adapt to what's ever happening in that room. So I will code switch. I've done it many a times. Will I sell out? I haven't been in a position where I had to actually. What do you
consider sellout?
Going all the way and letting certain conversations happen around me about, say, my culture or about, say, somebody I know. Me and you had that conversation. Somebody, that we know thought it was okay for him to, put some bad words on you. And, I let it happen once because I ain't want, after about the second, third time he said something, then I had to say something about it, and it did, after that night, my services were no longer needed. But I wasn't going to sit there and that's what I'm saying about selling. I wasn't going to sit there and just take it. But up until that point, I didn't like the dude, to be honest with you. You had told me some things, but I didn't. I remembered those things. Then when I saw those things happening, but it was a check, so I was, yeah, bro, you know, we're going to get this, yeah, and this, that, and the third. But then when he was doing that, you know, I did what I did, and then next day I got a text told me I didn't, you know, I'm not on the list to come that night, and I'm not going to be with the microphone and doing my thing of hosting and doing what I was doing. And I feel if I would have sat there and let him do that, then I would have sold out. That's what I mean by selling out. Because I would have sold out if I'd have just let him sit there and do that. I couldn't do it. So yeah.
What about the cuss in front of your mom?
My mother's probably heard me curse 7 times in my life. So I don't curse in front of my mom.
In front of her.
And when I did, I was telling a story, and it wouldn't go the right way unless I said it. And I was like, you know, I hate this, but people say, excuse my French. What the hell is, how did cursing become French?
And you don't even speak.
I've never understood that. But I always would say, excuse my French. What the hell am I saying? I mean, excuse my language. But yeah, probably 7 times. I at the highest 10, but yeah, I don't curse in front of my mom. I never curse in front of my grandmother. 2 of my aunts, you can curse around them like a sailor. They don't care. But yeah, I mean, I read the room. But my mother, I've never cursed in front of her. I try not to curse in front of, which is, you know, I'm old now, but try not to curse in front of elders. You know what I'm saying? You try not to curse in people that's older than you. You know, that type of thing. You know, of course, if you go to church, you shouldn't be in church cursing. You know what I'm saying? So you refrain from that. So I don't think that.
So is this
makes
guy's
you fake.
opinion? So is this guy opinion that you should do it, or is he saying you shouldn't do it at all? I'm confused.
He's
What's his
saying
point?
that if you somebody like you that don't curse, you're okay with that because you're not being fake, because that's what you do away from church, away from being in front of your parents. But if you are out around your peers and you cursing, but then you get around your parents, you stop cursing, supposedly you're being fake, because God does not bless the people that you pretend to be. He blesses the people that you are. So supposedly if you curse around other people but not curse around your parents, you're pretending around your parents. But when you're out around your people, that's who you are. That's his take on it.
It sounds good. I think that you know, he doing radio and he's tapping into the algorithm.
That's what he doing. That's
all.
nonsense.
Yeah. He know better than that.
That's nonsense.
And like I said, then it was almost as like, now that you saying what you said, it was almost as if once he heard what he said, he said, let me flip this. So then he went to the kids' angle and made it real serious about, you know, if your kid can't come to you and your kid comes around you and says the word damn and you get on them real hard, you might create a divide. And now your child won't come to you when they want to talk about sex, or if they had sex and they need to tell somebody, they won't come to you about that because you tripped on the word damn. So now if I come to you and told you that I smoked a joint last night, you really gonna trip. So I ain't gonna tell you because you tripped on the word damn. So that's how he flipped it.
Well, I went and talked to my mom about sex because I got burnt real
heard
I had no choice.
We
I
heard
know
about
it
that.
was.
Yeah, we heard
I know
about
it
that.
was.
Yeah. But did you really
I
take
didn't know
what she
it
said
was.
to heart? Because we were just talking about it now.
I took it more to heart. I took it more than to my heart.
He back.
Boy.
So
Well, wait till y'all watch the sit down uptown episode, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Just give y'all some real. Hey, well, y'all see this episode. Oh my goodness.
I walked in at the end, and all I could say is, I was like, well, damn, what did I miss?
It happened.
It happened.
It happened.
Yeah. But yeah, it's clear now, ladies. Everything's good. Whatever you want to do to me, you ain't gonna get nothing. Yeah.
He said it's clear now.
I'm clean. As it driven snow. Whatever you want to do with me, I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
He's been working out, and he's also considered the sexy gospel singer.
You saw that, right?
Oh man, too funny.
Hey man, listen.
Why am I ready to ask you to sing a hymn? I'm ready to ask him to sing At the Cross or something.
Hey, y'all went there too, boy. Wait till y'all see this episode.
Oh, God.
Well, y'all see this episode, boy. Woo.
Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace.
I once was lost.
So for those of you
And I'm still
that
lost.
don't understand when I call him Mr. Sit Down at Uptown, he actually has his own podcast, has another podcast that he actually has sit downs with some of up and coming and some established comedians, like we're sitting right here, with the gospel sex symbol. I mean,
Amen.
Amen.
so yeah, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to that. Just find it on YouTube. You can find that also, and make sure that you watch those episodes also. Oh
Hey,
boy.
thank y'all for having me, man. I just wanted to pop in and whatnot, and yeah, I'm about to go ahead and step in the name of love, man. But I love the show, JT.
Hey, brother.
And thank you.
We about to flow. We about to flow into this break real quick, and then we're gonna transition.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you right after these messages. But here's a word from our sponsor.
There you go.
There it is.
We'll be right back.
New phone. Listen, man. I've had iPhone 11 for a long time since iPhone 11 came out.
What?
Yeah, iPhone 11, and I wore it with pride because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone every time one of these things come out.
That's fair.
You know, the whole family got better phones than me, and it's okay. So I'm at Sam's, right? And I'm unloading my cart, and my mom calls me. I put it on the speaker until I get my Bluetooth. You look in the parking lot, it was dry to the left, it was dry to the right, it was dry everywhere you could see. My phone's on the back of the trunk. It fell down in the only freaking puddle in the entire area. And that phone went face first. That joke ain't been back on since, man. It went zoop.
So Lord, I'm gonna just go and tell you something. That iPhone 11 decided it wanted to die. It jumped. It jumped ship.
That is funny.
That iPhone 11 was like this. He can't keep pushing me like this.
Ready to find a studio that matches your podcast vision? Located inside Uptown Comedy Corner, our studio just 5 minutes from Atlanta's airport has everything you need. From high quality equipment to multi-camera setups for live streaming, we've got it all. With 15 plus years of experience, our team ensures smooth sessions with editing and post-production services at an additional cost. Plus, our competitive pricing make it easy for creators of all levels. Contact us at 404-500-1605.
back. Classic Conversation. JT and Low. As
And
you can
Jose.
see, there you go. As you can see, we got the young lady, Jose Sunray, in the building. How you doing, young lady?
Hey.
Okay, you was here early enough to hear what we was talking about in regards to Michael Todd.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit off camera, but for those of you that's just tuning in, Michael Todd, they say is a controversial pastor, but he's a pastor of a pretty big church. It's church of, I think it's Transformation, and he looks to transform people, get them back into the Word of God within their transformation. And he basically said that God blesses the person, blesses who you are, but does not bless who you pretend to be. And after he said that, he gave an example of, if you curse out around your peers, but then you get in front of your parents and don't curse, you're actually being fake. You're not being who you are in front of your parents. So Jose was here. Y'all heard us talk about it, but now we just want to get her opinion on what you think.
Well, first let me say I do like Michael Todd. I do not agree with everything that he says, but I have learned a lot from him. He is the pastor of Transformation Church, and he is somebody that has actually strengthened my faith in the supernatural and God doing things, in the spirit realm. However, when he's talking about that, we actually talked a little bit about this the other week, right? About how you can teach your kids to be not authentic, right? When you're in a bad relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think, on one hand, it may be them being not being authentic. However, I'm from the old school, and there's a hierarchy to things. And you have to understand that there's a hierarchy. So just like I have to answer to somebody, they have to answer to someone. So as a parent, do I want them to use that type of language when talking to me? Not necessarily. Like I want to be shown respect. But like you said earlier, if the story kind of needed, like you're talking and you say, hey, Mama, and she said to me, my kids would spell it out. S-H, whatever it is, because they still didn't want to say it. But as they become teenagers and they're trying to express themselves and they're telling a story, I don't think anything is wrong with that. And I don't think that you're not being authentic. You just understand there's a hierarchy and that you don't want to disrespect this person, right? But I just think with your kids, you should have a different type of relationship, and they should be able to come to you. Now, I don't know if every conversation, because I've seen people that their kids cuss around them all the time, and it is a little bit of a different dynamic when it comes to respect, in my opinion. But if they are a parent that cusses a lot, what are you going to expect? You're showing your kid this type of language, this type of personality. This is how we express ourselves, right? Because you're their first teacher. Then those parents really, I feel like they shouldn't expect anything different, right? You think about like people that cuss a lot, their kids are cussing at 3 and 4 years old, right? They have a pretty diverse vocabulary when it comes to cussing because they've been around it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Your kids cuss around you?
like I said, they would spell stuff out.
As adults.
They're still, teenagers, but I would say it depends on what we're talking about, but they will say, my bad, or excuse me, keep kind of, because they still feel a little awkward, but I see that they feel awkward, so I'm kind of like, all right, it's good, They're not saying anything too harsh. They're not like dropping F-bombs or anything like that,
Is it TNT cursing now, where people can say damn and they can say shit?
Well, damn
the word fuck is not said on TV, and I think shit is not said on TV too much, but
right.
Damn, certain curse words are just said on TV.
But damn
now.
is not a cuss word.
Okay.
I heard a pastor say it the other day, and I'm like, they were all appalled, but damn is not a cuss word. How is damn a cuss word? It's in the Bible, talks about being damned.
All right.
Well,
I think it's how it's
I was
being
gonna
used.
say,
is
yeah,
what they
there's a different
deem as a
context
cuss
to it.
word.
I mean, a dam also holds water, but it
Right.
don't
But I'm
mean-
saying,
It's okay.
even saying damn, DAMN, that's in the Bible. So I don't understand how that's not even a cuss word, right? And then technically words are we just give words power, right?
That's fact.
This is crazy, guys. And I keep saying I'll make a video about it. When I went to Thailand, mentally I was like, I wonder if Americans took these words and made them into cuss words, right? Because one of the islands I went to is Phuket, but it's spelled Phuket. And when I look at it, I'm thinking, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Now think about the city, think about one of the cities, Bangkok. Right? And I was just thinking, I said, I wonder if, because some of these things in the United States would be considered foul words.
Well, I mean, Americans
right?
have taken a whole lot of stuff
Yeah.
and flipped it.
Yes.
Just face that. So
Yes.
that could be true. But in like, yeah, you're right.
That is
You-
true.
You know, we do give words power. I've never. I ain't gonna say I've never judged somebody for doing it, because I have, but I never treated them differently because they let their kids
Now look at that comment right there.
say "kiss my ass" and all that type of stuff. I'd be damned.
What'd she say?
I'd be damned.
Now
she
read
set
the whole
me
thing.
up.
Start with Marion. It said Marion Barry said.
What did it say, JT? What say?
That's funny.
Marion Barry said, "I'll be damned." She set me up. Is that a cuss word?
No, because think about it. Think about what it means in the Bible when they say you're damned, right? So that's what he's saying. I'll be damned,
Right.
right? So I don't think it is. What y'all think?
I think it's like you said earlier. You give words power. It's how you use the words. You know what I mean? You know, just like the you know, you calling a woman out her name with the B word. You know what I mean? That's technically not what it was meant for, but
Right,
that's what it's used for.
right,
You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. You gave it power.
Right. It's,
Right.
It's female dog.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the other
But that's
thing,
not what it's used for.
You're right, because when a man's calling a woman a bitch, he's not calling her a female dog at all.
but he probably is though.
He's using it
You
for
know what I'm
something totally
saying?
different.
Saying that she's lowly, right? You know, you calling somebody a dog. But I think the important thing is if you think that it's gonna
Peter, the words of Jose is the words of Jose and not the words of Christ.
right.
Because we do not feel that dogs are low down.
No, I'm saying they low to the ground. That's
So
all I'm saying.
I don't
You know what
want
I'm
Peter
saying?
fucking with us.
Physically.
Excuse me for cursing.
Kiki said, crazy thing is I say small curse words in front of my mom, like to her, but I don't ever curse at her, but my kids can't
Right.
do either.
Right. And I think that's important too, what you said, Kiki, like how is, the context is being used. Because to me, you're almost saying like you're telling a story because you're not cursing at her, right? When you saying the small cuss words, maybe.
Frank talking about all the time he use curse word watching the Steelers. You must watch the Steelers 7 days a week then, brother. You better start that line on here. Mom, don't believe nothing. I told you, told you don't believe nothing that boy tell you. See what I'm talking about?
But I think like but when you go to different countries, right, you have to respect their traditions and what
Absolutely.
they think, right? So I think it's the same way here. If you're around a group of people, you're around a group of elderly people, and you know that they think if you start saying MF or whatever, you know that might offend them. That's just you being having coof, just saying, I'm not going to use that type of language. Even though it's not a big deal to me, it may be a big deal to them. It may be offensive. And, I always say it costs you nothing to be kind. So that's when you would, want to change that. That would just be a personal choice, right?
I think it's just respect. I think, the problem we have with youth and kids and people today is that there's no respect. You know what I mean? I remember I was at a football game one time in the stands, and these kids were just up there just cussing up a storm to the point I went up there and said, I say, man, y'all see all these grown folks down here, man? All these ladies down here? Oh, you right. You know what I mean? It's just like, just respect.
Mm-hmm.
just show folks respect, man. You know what I mean? There's not enough respect given. But let me pivot real quick though. You said this guy's name of his church was what?
Transformation Church.
So here's my question to y'all. Just a quick pivot.
Mhm.
How do you feel about all these churches that have no actual religion? There's no denominations. Like, what do the Church of Transformation? What is that? What is the belief system in these churches that have these names that don't really associate with anything? You know what I mean? Like,
And you said that you kind of
Follow him.
him.
Oh, I
So
do follow him.
So
I
before
watch him
you,
every Sunday.
I actually, it's crazy that you said that, bro, because I was trying to look him up while I was at work today, but I didn't have that much time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I pulled that up, I actually have it in my notes here. It's like Church of Transformation. When you hear transformation,
Mm-hmm.
in today's world, when you hear transformation, you're thinking something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why somebody went on in regards to talking about they said that he was preaching in a feminine something.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
now that with the church being a church of transformation, I wonder if that's where they came at it with that, because what he had on, I've seen men wear, they're wearing now the more flare leg pants. They coming back, everything going full circle, just like afros came back. It's the flare leg pants. Now the way he was describing it was kind of feminine. He was like, it's a crop shirt. I'm like, we don't wear
Yeah.
don't say crop shirts.
Yeah.
That kind of caught me off guard. But
Yeah.
and I think with that, with the whole transformation thing, I think is it transform or transformation? Which one?
It's called Transformation Church.
Transformation Church. Okay,
Yeah.
so now, like I said, I didn't get to look it up and everything. Give your opinion, because I really don't have one on it, to be honest with you. But go ahead.
So I personally like the idea of the churches stepping away from denominations,
Well.
because I'm a person that I've been in the process of a couple of years of losing my religion. And what that means is, like, religion is a set of practices. That's why you have all these different denominations, right? And they say, oh, you got to do this to be, in alignment with God. And you got to do this. Each church has all these different, they're usually rituals, right? And so to me, that's not the way to God. That's just my opinion, right? It's a personal relationship with him and being in tune and being in spirit. But you can gain something from every religion if it's centered around, solid beliefs, right? Because all of them have a basic foundation. Unless you are literally doing something that is demonic or, that's going to hurt your brother, right? But most religions talk about loving your brother, being this type of person, right? Finding that peace within. Almost all of them have that. So when you start narrowing it down, because the denominations was just to keep everyone separate. Does that make sense? I remember going to like a is it an apostolic church?
Episcopal.
I'm trying to remember, but I remember that all they could wear was skirts. And I had a friend that went there, and she was dating this guy, and they pressured them into getting married and all these things. But all of these are just practices, right? To say you can't wear pants because you're a female, or you have to get baptized to have this, and that. So to me, I like that people are being more enlightened, because I always ask, I Googled it, because I asked people, what did we do before we came over to the United States and was introduced to Christianity?
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't lost, right? You don't know?
I mean, I think that's debatable, but go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't feel like, I feel like, it went downhill when we came here and started practicing things that actually, a lot of people don't know, they had a Negro Bible where they took out all the stuff that empowered a person and kept in, the stuff about honor your masters and these type of things, right? So the Bible has been manipulated many times over. So that's why you need to have a connection with the Creator, and you take what you need to take from that to live the way God is telling you to live, right? And you leave the other stuff that does not. And I know that's very controversial, but that's just the way I feel. And I know a lot of people are kind of stepping away from being in a box with religion, right? Because even some of the things, I don't want to get into it too deep today because I don't want to cause an uproar, but, some of those things, when we start talking about cults, what is, like, some of the things we talk about cults is that they have rituals and practices and blood sacrifices, right? However, that's all Christianity is also based on what? A blood sacrifice.
Based on and having one. Wouldn't you say that's two different things?
I'm saying they say that Jesus.
I'm saying my question was simple.
Uh-huh.
Based on and having a blood ritual. Isn't that two different things?
It's based on that they had a blood ritual. What do you
And
mean?
now we're having blood rituals. You don't think that's two totally different things?
Like I said, it's very controversial, but
I'm
I
just
do.
asking what you think. Is
I'm
it
just
the same?
saying.
You think it's the same?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm actually, I believe, I'm not against Christianity. Anybody that I watch is a Christian, right? However, I'm just saying that it can be controversial if you look at some of the things that mirror.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is, but we
right
don't
and
like
left
to
can be
touch.
controversial.
Right.
Everything can be controversial, but
Right,
I'm
right.
I was just asking, is something being based on something and actually somebody still practicing it, is it the same?
What would be the difference? I'm not sure what you're
asking
saying.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
you
but
know
I'm
it's
asking-
different.
they both-
I'm asking what would be the difference.
I'm just asking.
Based-
No,
I don't know.
I'm in agreement. I'm just saying. I'm just
Okay.
trying to see. I'm asking you, what do you think is the difference from?
Hey man,
One-
I'm
one-
a,
one is
I'm a
saying-
Southern Baptist. I ain't
one
trying to
is
see what
saying it's a
nobody else
symbol.
doing.
Right,
Period.
right. I feel you.
I keep it simple.
I
One
feel
is
you.
saying it's a
Yeah.
symbol. When you take baptism, not baptism, but when you do the
Blood sacrifice.
blood sacrifice for a cult
Mhm.
versus communion for a church. Communion is saying this is a symbol
Right.
of Jesus' blood, while
Right.
the cult is saying we're gonna actually
Drink the blood.
drink the blood.
Right.
You know what I mean, so
But we use it as a
but
symbol,
they are,
though, right?
no. I'm saying they're
Yeah.
they're symbols. They're both symbols and or rituals. I don't disagree with the word ritual. That's what I think a lot of them are. I was just curious in terms of just the thoughts in terms of when you have, because although they're saying transformation church or whatever it is, and I'm not just talking about this guy's church. I'm saying you see a whole bunch of those churches that have just names. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
so I just always wonder, like, okay, so what do you believe in? You know what I mean? And are you're still preaching from the same Bible, right? Is he preaching from the Bible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. He
Okay.
preaches from the Bible.
So what's the separation from him versus saying I'm Baptist or saying I'm this if I'm still operating off the same text?
The rituals that they decide to adopt, just like I was saying with.
So they're creating
just
their
like
own.
I was saying with that. Well, not necessarily. I don't know if they're necessarily creating their own. Okay, I haven't seen them do that. However, what I'm saying is, like I was talking about that church that my friend went to, they pulled that out of the Bible somewhere about the women wearing the skirts. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, these different religions, they interpret it and then they go based off of their interpretation.
That's
Does
what
that
all
make
that's
sense?
what all religions do.
That's my point. And that's why I said the word religion is about those interpretations, right? So to speak. Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
Those interpretations of the word.
Absolutely.
So when you try to say, look, I want everyone to come and I'm not going to choose, what if this is a Baptist or if this is a Pentecostal, or if to me, that leaves the door open for more people to want to be a part of that and to just learn and know that, like, there may or may not be still rituals. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that those rituals are bad. I haven't been to church physically in a while, but when I went, I used to still take communion, right? But I'm just saying that I was always raised not to question anything. And this has been on my brain for a long time. Why would we have a religion that we cannot question? Right? That means that we are in blind obedience. And I feel like God wants us to, say, is this right? Or is this what you were trying to say
You
in
shouldn't
this?
follow nobody blind.
Right. And I'm that way. Like, I don't care who you are. I may agree with 85% of what you say, but the 15% that I don't agree with, I don't agree with
I
it.
guess my question just simply based on, and we can pivot back. But I was just, when you just said that Transformation Church, it just made me just wonder, like, what do they actually believe in? Because even in anything, you want to have some kind of basis, don't you? I mean, I would imagine you want to have some.
Most of them say Christianity.
I think I have,
But they just don't have a
answer for
branch.
you. Because I knew he had to leave early, so I didn't give his full thing. But his driving passion and the vision of his ministry is representing God to the lost and found for transformation in Christ. So I don't know if when I read it, I was figuring he was, his ministry was based upon finding people that had. I was thinking somebody that had fell off and went, people that's recovering from something, whether it's a crime or whether it's an addiction or whatever it is, and he's doing his transformation within Christ. That's what I thought. But the church is called the Transformation Church. That's what it's called. Is that?
It's called Transformation Church.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
let me tell y'all why I like the church.
That's his belief.
Part of why I like the church is that they don't pressure people for donations. People literally give to the church. I feel like the guy is really anointed the way he breaks down certain concepts and,
Or the Bible?
Yes,
Okay.
and just getting a life. And he may be, according to like the standards of the United States, he may be someone that they feel like is feminine, right? That doesn't bother me because I take what a person can be up there and they act like they look like they straight and they find out that these pastors been doing whatever behind closed doors, right? So that's why you have to just take the word. You don't always just like put the message. You don't ever put the messenger, let me put it that way, on a pedestal and say this person has no flaws, right? Me and you talked about this before, and I was saying like a lot of people don't want to be pastors because you are going to be picked apart by the public, right? So I feel like anyone that can just walk in their anointing. So back to them, they don't like do a whole lot of things where they try to get where they're begging for money, right? However, their members give so much money, and every year, and it may be twice a year, they give away the money and they show what they're doing with the money. They do the whole Sunday, and they go to each people, all the organizations that they're giving the money to and how much. And me and you have had, like, we've all had these conversations because I love the conversation about church. They know this. Because I tell them churches are 501(c)(3)s. So seeing him where they're transparent and they're giving away the money and showing what the church raised and where it's going to, I think that's beautiful. The fact that they are helping other people in other churches and other ministries, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be. It might be. It might be a show that we could, religion is so hard to talk about sometimes, but yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It shouldn't be, though.
It shouldn't be, but.
It shouldn't be. That's the problem.
But that's part of our culture, right?
It's part of the culture.
Part of the culture.
100%.
Like the old heads, and that's why I talk about it with Lo, but I don't talk about it a lot with other people, is because the old heads will send you to hell off of you having a conversation about questioning anything in that word. And I always say, where did we get that from? The massa. Think about it. They presented this to us and was like, no, you're gonna get your riches and your glory later on. You just do what the hell I say right now. It's so much in there that kept us in bondage.
Oh, that you said a lot right there. You said a lot. That's some good stuff right there. I ain't gonna tell you no wrong. But we're gonna move on. I got a couple other things I want to get to. We have to touch on this. Wanted to do this earlier, but like I said, my man had to leave. Hate being on a down note
I hear you, man.
late in the show. But yeah, we're gonna get over them comments. The domination thing got me.
Frank stupid.
Frank got me
Frank
with domination.
What did he say?
10, 20s, and 100s. That's what it means.
Church of the Dominations. He said, what, 10, 20, 100s?
Yeah. All right, so we had another professional athlete that has committed suicide. Usually it's former athletes, but this time it was a young man that had really just started his journey. Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Nealon, 24 years old, died this past Thursday morning from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Of course, there's been all types of conspiracy theories, but we'll get into that later. Supposedly, the police were called out. He had, I think, like a domestic shouting episode. Police was called out. They tried to get him pulled over. He wouldn't pull over, so he took off. After he took off, couldn't have been that much of a chase because they lost him. He ended up having an accident. When they finally got to the accident site, he had fled on foot with his gun, and they ended up finding him. I just found out today they actually found him in like a what is it? A porta potty or a temporary restroom is where they found him at, and he had shot himself.
But what in the car?
No, he left the car. When they found the car, he wasn't there. They found him 3 hours later. So this is why the conspiracy theories came out.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, there was nothing mentioned about his mental health episodes and things of that nature. Nothing was mentioned about that. So the conspiracy theories came out. But there were, he did send out a text message to family and friends telling them goodbye. The girlfriend had called the cops and said, listen, he is, he's armed and he has some mental health complications. Now, you understand, this kid had just scored a touchdown on Monday Night Football, and supposedly he was moving up the trajectory as far as getting more playing time, playing football and everything. And 72 hours later, he actually killed himself. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it basically is to say, you know, we've talked about suicide and everything in the past. We talked about it a little bit last week, but
Yeah.
up there, you know, there is no face to it. And this really shows you that there's no face to it, because this is a kid that was supposedly on the top of the world, even though that Dallas lost, even though they lost, but as a personal, a personal celebration of himself, he had scored his first NFL touchdown. Supposedly you would think that he was on top of the world, other than having a loss. Of course, they had a bye week, but he ended up killing himself, and supposedly he had mental health issues prior to. Because I thought it was interesting that when Dallas first came out with the statement, they put in the statement, the Dallas Cowboys always have mental health professionals available at all times. Like, wow, they're covering themselves quick. They covered themselves. That was the first statement before any mental health stuff was even put out, And I thought that was interesting, but evidently he did have some issues. And I just wanted to bring it up to say, check on people, folks. You gotta check on people even when you think that they're doing okay. Still reach out. Any thoughts on this, folks?
I definitely agree with you, and I think, like I tell I talk to people all the time about the tribe, and we are tribal people. And what the tribe represents is that when you walk out your front door, your auntie's right here, your cousin's right there. Literally, you can't go too far without someone checking in on you or seeing if you need something or they need something, right? And when we stray away from that, or we get mad, I see this so much in families. They get mad at each other over the dumbest stuff and don't talk to each other for months or years. And they call that setting boundaries, but it's just separating you from the tribe, right? And then you're prone to be out here feeling some kind of way, and nobody knows this until they find your body, right? So it is a thing where we almost need to check in with each other. You know, no, I'm gonna check in. I'm one of those. I'm gonna see where you at. Ask somebody. You know, if you ain't, you know, where you supposed to be or whatever. Just check in on people, right? For no reason. For no reason, but that's your family, and you thought about them or your friend. You know.
And that's a great statement. Winner circle. Football is what he did, not who he was as a person, and that's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of piggyback what I was gonna say in terms of, you know, like y'all just had the mental, you know, y'all just talked about mental health this last week, and we've talked about mental health all the time, and we always try to bring up mental health on this show for these kind of reasons, because we just never know what people are going through, dealing with. You know, like you just said, football is what he did, not who he was as a person. We don't know him as a person. What we all that we knew is what we saw. Hey, this guy got a touchdown. This guy was, like you said, high trajectory going forward. But you never know what got him there, what he had to go through to get to that point. And then, you know, people who are in certain levels of their lives, you become the go-to person for everything. You know, you make the NFL, you know good and well, everybody's now coming to you
Facts.
for money, and man, I need this, man, I need that, man, da-da-da-da. You just imagine the pressures that come on these guys, and you know, and it's already enough pressure just to make a team in NFL. I mean, you know, we see these people on there, but we really have no idea what it takes to really get to that point. The sacrifice you have to make to actually be on an NFL roster. I mean, you're talking about, you know, we talked about it before, just, you know, 300 some odd colleges, 100 some people on a team, you know what I mean? But the NFL roster is 53 people. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Right. And for you to make that 53-man roster is such a big deal, you know, and what you have to go through to get to that point, the sacrifices, you know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you still having to deal with the home front. You still have to deal with, you know, with your kid's mother, your this, your that, you know what I mean? It's a lot, man. And you know, and it's just, you just hate seeing these stories end like this. You know, just had the kid from LSU just recently, you know what I mean? You just hate seeing stories end like that, you know. And suicide is you know, for our culture, you know what I mean, it was just something that, you know, just not, we don't kill ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was the word. We ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, we don't do it.
We done been through too much to kill ourselves.
Yeah, but you know,
goes to show you.
Well, I was always taught you going to hell if you kill yourself. Right?
That's what they say.
That was something that they instilled.
That's something they instilled.
You know?
What I mean? I don't think there's ever been anything that actually said it, but it's just one of those things that, you know. But it's just unfortunate, man, and it's just unfortunate, and you just hope that that there's other people who take something from this, because there's somebody else right now contemplating suicide. There's somebody else in the NFL contemplating suicide. There's somebody else in college right now. I mean, it's out there like that. You know what I mean? And we just, like you just said earlier, you know, just try to check on people as much as you can, and it's just really, really, really unfortunate. You just really hate hearing these stories, man. But you know, my prayers out to that family, because you know, at the end of the day, that's who hurts. You know what I mean? The people that you left behind are the ones who hurt, and they're going to feel that they fail.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that usually, I ain't going to say usually, but there's a lot of people, you know, when somebody does commit suicide, somebody takes a blame. And when I say they take a blame, not from other people, they usually put blame on themselves, because they feel they should have reached out. Or they feel, you know, like, man, I was thinking about calling him. Thinking about texting him or her. I was thinking about doing it, and then when they didn't do it, and then something like this happens, you feel like you could have prevented it. So, you know, even something like that, these people that is family, I mean, now you got to check on them now.
Yeah.
So anybody out there that, I don't know if they're looking at this podcast or they're going to see it, but anybody out there that knows this young man's family, check on them.
Yeah.
And the thing is about checking on people now, it's gotten taboo to the point of, like, when you would check somebody else's kid for doing something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now nobody wants to do that because
Yep.
they feel the parents are going to come back at them.
Yeah.
So now what's happening is people don't want to check on somebody, because if you check on somebody and you keep doing it, they're going to get mad. Like, man, why you keep checking on me? I'm good. So now you stop checking on them.
Yeah.
But you just check on people. If if I think of somebody in a certain way, or, the thing is right now you ain't got to talk to them, you shoot them a text.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, and you would rather talk to them, but shoot people a text, just check in. You just never know. I know me and Angelo have shared stories to where we've said a certain thing to certain people and it triggered something, and then everything just flowed out.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, didn't
Yeah.
know that was going on,
Yeah.
So you just never know. So that's why I just, because again, this show, we stand on mental health, so I just wanted to bring it up so we could talk about it a little bit.
I wanted to add that just me understanding on a deeper level what these kids deal with. And I won't say exactly who. I had a family member that was a really good football player, and when he got in the ninth grade, they put him in private school and all these things. And he told me 2 or 3 times that he wasn't going to play football as a career, but he was really good. And I remember another family member, I was like trying to help them with a business. I said, what kind of business you thinking about? They were like, well, when he starts the NFL, we've already talked about how we're going to use $50,000. And I'm terrible, y'all, because the first thing I said, that's crazy that you would put that much pressure on that boy when he has told me multiple times, but y'all banking your future on if he makes it, right? So when I found out about this, I really thought it still could be a conspiracy, right? Because they have been trying to do these things undercover, so they could have killed him. But at the same time, I thought about even dealing with a family member that he had pressure from other people saying, like, you're gonna play football, right? I'm paying for these schools, and they've had conversations with him about, you're gonna give us this money to start this, and that, and where, and the person was mad at me. They're like, the white people, they do it to build generational wealth. I said, yes, but it has to be his decision.
Sure.
Right?
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Everything right there is a real thing. You know what I mean? There are people out there playing because of the pressures of other people, not because that's what they love to do. And sometimes it comes out later, and yeah, that's a real thing.
The winner circle said coping skills are hard to teach if it has gone too far.
That's real.
Yeah, much you can say to that, but yeah, you're right. So, all right, so we're gonna pivot off that again. Like I said, prayers to that family, everything. Gambling scandal keeps going. Now it's went over to baseball, and actually, the baseball got the biggest part of the headlines, but they also found, I think it was 6 former college basketball players that did some stuff also, but they're already out of college, so the eligibility can't be taken away, anything like that. But they 6 college basketball players did some stuff also, but 2 baseball pitchers, and where did I put that information? I don't think it's in here. 2 baseball pitchers was actually arrested. What's the day? Was it arrested? Saturday?
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, Saturday or Sunday they was arrested for it's fraud. I forgot all the charges. I can't believe I left that page in. But basically, what I wanted to ask, with all this betting stuff that's coming on with the sports, what do you think it's going to do to the actual sanctuary of competition in regards to us as fans? You know, how do I know you?
Hey, 'cause you know what I'm gonna say.
You know,
I
but
say bravo to some of us figuring out how to do these white collar crimes that usually have
is-
less time attached to them.
the problem
okay?
is they just ain't figured out how to not get caught.
Well, shoot, some of this stuff been going on for a minute, so they got away for a good little minute.
But
you
what do
know?
you think it's going to do to the sanctuary of the actual sport in regards to people believing that, you know, there've always been, you know, that's rigged, this is rigged. Now that all this stuff is coming out, what do you think is going to happen with that?
I don't think it's gonna change anything because they've always felt that way. I mean, you know, you can go back for as far as you want to go back. You can go back to Joe Louis boxing. You know what I mean? You know, throwing fights and. You know, it's always been a part of the game, man. You know what I mean? These stuff with the stuff here recently with the mob, man. The mob has always been involved in fixing fights and fixing games. This is nothing new. You know, they just try to paint the picture of, you know, certain complexion of people as the faces of these things. You know what I mean? If you want to really make a really big statement, you should have had, you know, let's paint the picture of we're going after mob violence. You know, why wasn't that the headline as opposed to, you know, these basketball players, you know what I mean, who, you know, only one of them had a really big contract.
Right.
You know, the coach wasn't making $3 million, and we say like $3 million, but $3 million for us is great, but for that world, $3 million is nothing.
It was nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got him cheap.
You know, so you know, well, I don't think it's gonna change anything. You know, it's just gonna be the story, the headline for right now. It's gonna make people start, you know, being a little bit more careful.
In regards to the bets.
In regards to the bets and how they're going about it, you know, for a little while, you know. But this is just part of the culture, man. And people gonna always feel like games are fixed. You know, folks still to this day swear, you know, the Falcon game was fixed. You know what I mean? You can't jokers who believe that, you can't tell them it wasn't.
All right, so that's how
You can argue with it, they go, man, it was fixed, you know what I mean?
Look, okay, I'm about to hit you something close to your heart.
It's the only issue when it can't be taxed. Betting is betting.
So it's all wrestling, all the sports.
No. I don't believe that because here's what I try to explain to her.
I mean, I think wrestling is fixed because wrestling is
Right.
staged.
Wrestling, but they've already
Right.
acknowledged that wrestling
Yeah.
is
Right.
entertainment.
Well, the
you know what I
games
mean?
are staged too.
It's
now,
the
if
most,
they
it's the most
find it out.
amazing thing to me that these cats can stage this stuff and they can still pack the house out. But go ahead.
No, that is because
It's
because
amazing.
it's storylines. They
Yeah.
follow
amazing,
storylines. You know what I mean?
I mean, you go to concerts,
It's not
you go
that-
to,
it's not
you
that
go to
amazing.
plays, JT.
It's listen. We sit
you
here.
don't know what's gonna
we
happen
we
in the
sit
play.
here. We sit here
They
and
don't know
watch.
neither.
We sit here and watch soap operas, daytime or nighttime.
That's
I
my
don't care.
point. Yeah.
You know, you watch all these things where you know it's already. You know it's fixed. You know it's acting. You know what I mean? But they
Right.
still. You know, we gonna watch Power.
Yeah.
That junk ain't a real story, but we gonna
Right.
watch it.
That's my point.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's
my
all
point,
it's all
love.
it's all
Right.
staged.
It's
Wrestling-
entertainment.
Rest,
Right.
but sport.
But wrestling's not a sport. Wrestling is entertainment. Now, when we grew
I'm with
up,
JT. It's a
now when we
sport,
grew up, we
and all them sports are
thought
rigged.
wrestling was real.
I really did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until I couldn't believe when I first saw it with Dusty Rhodes. I was like, why is he always bleeding?
Right here.
And then they showed where he would go under the mat and cut himself. You know what I mean? It was
Right
like
there.
you were literally cutting yourself with a razor blade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Now
Hurt-
he was.
hurt-
now
hurt me
that's
to
a
my
little
heart.
deep because that's not totally fake. If he's getting down there cutting himself,
that
he
was-
wasn't putting
but-
fake
but-
blood.
That
for
was the
effect.
story.
No, it was real
For the
blood.
effect. Yeah,
Woo!
it's for the effect because
they
now,
didn't have all that
That's
stuff back then.
wild.
now he's a warrior
That's
because he's
wild.
bleeding and fighting. Yeah. So I
Shit, we gotta get back to running numbers.
right. I'm with you. But yo, I was gonna ask you though. So
They've
now,
been doing this.
are you ready to say that people should now know for sure that Neil O'Donnell threw the Super Bowl for y'all when he threw them 2 interceptions to Larry Brown? Larry Brown got that big contract. You ain't heard nothing else from him.
You ain't heard nothing else from nor Neil O'Donnell. Sorry, tell. But like I said, man, to fix a game, it requires so much. A player can do something like the pitcher. They can adjust their pitches. You know what I mean? A quarterback can throw 2 straight interceptions to Larry Brown for no apparent reason. You know what I mean? But everything else has to happen. There's a lot of other pieces that have to happen. Just like the football when the boy from the Ravens got the ball punched out. They said that game was fixed. I like, so you saying that it was perfectly timed for a guy to run from the other side of the field, catch him at the perfect spot, and punch. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. It's just too much to happen. But you can affect games in certain ways. But I'll never believe that a whole team is going to fix a game. I just don't. I've said this argument all the time. It's 4 of us in the room right now. If you give something to all 4 of us right now, by the time we left this room, somebody's going to have a different version of that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you talk about 53 people going to come to conclusion, okay, we're going to all fix. No, man, I don't believe that's possible. But, you can affect games in certain different ways. I believe that's been going on since the beginning of time.
Because they sacrifice their bodies to play those sports.
I'm mad at them. You don't want to cheat the game.
I don't even care. I don't even.
But now that all this betting is involved, the sports world, you've opened up this can of worms bigger than it's ever been, because now you can bet on you can bet on how many pitches.
Every person,
individual.
When you had to bet on the team, it was hard.
Yeah.
But like I said, now that you can bet that a certain person only gets 8 rebounds, just like dude did.
You can affect that.
I get my 8 rebounds, I'm hurt my ankle, and I'm done. Now somebody don't want $850,000.
I mean, you gotta think about it like this. You ever worked a job and you was trying to, it was, maybe it was a laborious job or you're digging ditches or something, and you was trying to figure out how to get out of it, and you tripped and fell. Hey, they bodies be hurting. They like, I need to fake a damn injury. I need to get out of this and still get paid for the rest of the season. I can't be playing on this knee. They gotta do what they gotta do.
That's gonna earn you money. But you talking about earning or taking money from a whole lot of other people. That's where the problem is. You know what I mean? That's on the individual
the ones
benefit.
That lose.
Yeah.
The ones that lose is the ones that's tripping. The ones that won, they like, shoot, hey man, you just wasn't smart enough to get a play on the tape. You bet on the wrong cat. All right, man. Last topic, I think. The government shutdown. There's rumors that the government shutdown is going to be lifted. They were saying later on Monday night, which is today, or within the next 2 days, supposedly. But I just wanted to put some things down of
at what sacrifice is it going to be lifted?
The effects of this government shutdown, the furloughs and pay delays. Hundreds and thousands of several workers are furloughed, meaning they ain't getting no paychecks until this thing is actually resolved. Air traffic controllers, TSA agents, a lot of them are working but without pay, leading along a line slower services. Public health and safety, CDC, FDA, these folks was operating with a reduced staff. Of course, we already know about SNAP and, passport and visa processing was slowing down. So a lot of people, I didn't think about that, but I heard somebody say, they had to actually change their whole vacation because of that, because they knew they wasn't going to get it back in time. U.S. Airlines canceled more than 2,100 flights on Sunday. Atlanta Airport today, at 2 p.m., they had 226 cancellations, both into and out of Atlanta. About 300 flights were delayed. That was by 2 p.m. today. Over the weekend, more than 4,000 flights have been canceled across the United States since the Federal Aviation Agency started restricting flight capacity at 40 major airports on November 7th.
Man, they showed the airport the other day. I remember, was it Chicago? Somewhere, man, where they had folks outside. The line was so long, they was outside.
Wrapped around.
Yeah.
Outside.
Wrapped around. I saw that.
That was crazy, man. I'm going back to the house.
Yeah.
Right. I ain't saying that at that time.
But you notice this admin, they're good at like creating situations and then looking like that they're about to save someone because that's the whole point of it, right? They're about to they're trying to make some policy changes that are going to affect everyone. So that's why the Democrats were holding out. So in retaliation, and yes, I'm going to use that word, they started, they tried to stop funding a lot of those positions to make the Democrats bend over, or fold, I should say. I don't want to say bend over, but to
That's what
fold.
they're trying to make them do. Bend
right? And so I got it on my phone. They had like 8 people that said they were going to flip, but all of these people.
No, 8 Democrats flipped.
Yeah, 8 Democrats that flip. Well, they got to do.
So that's why
they're
they
working
said-
on the vote tonight. If it's not
that's
already
why they
over.
said the vote should actually happen because they are on the flip. Yeah.
And none of these are up for reelection. That's one of the things everyone was pointing out about these people. So they might have been bought out. Who knows? So, but I feel like this administration, they start all these fires to make us feel like now they're saving us, but really, the Democrats know what's up. That this is about to blow up into something more. And on top of that, the reason why I feel like they shouldn't have folded was because he's already said multiple times that he may not open up a lot of those programs. That
No,
he
he
may
said
not
he's
open up
not
the
may.
Democratic.
He said he's
so y'all
not going to.
folding for what? Right? For us to have relief for 2 months? Because January, the stuff is supposed to stay the same till January, and then everything's gonna, now be up for grabs with our health care and all of that because they folded.
Healthcare is gonna double. They said
Yes.
the premium is gonna double
Or triple.
Or triple.
They say that some people have already seen it in their bills already.
Yep.
They say that some people have already seen it. I think some ladies, she said her bill went up 300%.
And they still.
That's what I was gonna
still haven't
say.
Come up with a new plan.
That's what I was-
been talking about for 8 years. He
Yeah.
still ain't. Where's the plan at? Still ain't happened.
That's what I was gonna say. That one of the people, they had a family of 4, and they were paying $320 a month, $315 a month. Their bill went up to $3,000 and something. Like that's bananas. And now I read today that he's gonna try to put out a $2,000 stimulus, but that's nothing. That's nothing if you're paying this much more in premiums. And we are the country, if any country, should have free medical care.
We are the
And food.
We are the only major country, the only one that doesn't offer health care to its citizens.
Facts.
The only one.
Facts.
The only one.
Facts. I always say they always talk about how much money we have, but it's not for the people. That's why we have it, right? Because it's not given to the people to help the people,
That's correct.
It's
For the 1%ers. They'll continue to win. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's sad. That's why they booed the devil out that joke at the
man.
stage.
They did.
I enjoyed
He
watching
couldn't
it.
even talk.
Oh, I
And then
enjoyed it.
he had
And he
the
just sit there and lied.
nerve to say, after all them boos, he had a nerve to say, I want my name to be on the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah.
This dude
Wow.
is, what is
Wow.
it? Narcissist.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a
I
narcissist. He's
225%.
The definition of.
I
Yeah.
mean, wow. I mean,
Yeah.
and he was the first president since, 1978 to go to an NFL game and actually go up and speak. Yeah, this guy. Any other president that's went to, and I don't anybody I don't remember any other president going to an NFL game. I know they was going to World Series. I don't remember. Do you remember any president going to an NFL game?
I don't know. But I don't, I could care less about that part. You know what I mean? Honestly. I just,
Yeah.
please, if this shut down, I've been working 12, 16-hour days due to all these delays and cancellations. yeah, kicking your butt, ain't it, Kiki? Yeah.
Man.
Working in
I
the
think
airline
he's-
right now, gotta be a beast.
I think he's
man.
trying to cause so much unrest that we start rioting or other things, because when if you don't have health care, and now you don't have food, like they are trying to put the nation in fight or flight, because then he can apply the Insurrectionist Act. You guys can correct me if I'm saying the wrong thing, and call martial law and stop elections. There's like a whole process that he's doing, but I definitely feel like he's trying to, not just him, his cabinet, because I don't think it's just him. I think that it's a collective effort of those billionaires that are working with him to take over the country and to run it however they want to run it.
I mean, all this is a part of that project 2025. It's all a part of it.
100%.
Just like the thing I sent y'all the other day about the women they're trying to take. Oh, Houston Hobby. That's right, Kiki. Thank you. That was Houston. Had to be somewhere warm. Had people outside like that. But had that one guy who's has a very big following. Talking about how women should have the right to vote. He wants to remove the women's right to vote.
I ain't seen that.
Oh boy, I tagged you on it. Yeah. He wants to remove the women's right to vote because he said that how emotional they are, how this and that, and how back in the day they weren't allowed to vote because they had their vote was whatever the man stated. If you wasn't married, you didn't get what I mean. But all this is part of the things they want to change, man. And it's crazy how many women are riding with it. You know what I mean? It's bananas.
If you guys have ever seen A Handmaid's Tale, The Handmaid's Tale is about the government taking over the woman's reproductive rights and trying to have more babies. So the women that can't have babies, they have these handmaids, but the government controls them and tells them whose house to go to and who they can have sex with, and basically they're there to reproduce. And this is getting very much Handmaid's Tale, what they are trying to do. The sad thing is that they have their group. The good thing, I'm not gonna be in that group because they want these white women to reproduce more. That's why they're trying to stop them from having their rights, because they've been saying that the white people in America were going to be a minority. They said this about 3 years ago. They said in like 8 years, they're going to be the minority. They don't want to be the minority.
Absolutely not.
They have talked about this. The billionaires, the ones that are supporting Trump, they have literally said, no, I want my people to be the majority. I want my people to be in control.
All right, folks, stick with us. We're going to take a 2-minute break so we can figure out what this top 5 going to be. Then we'll be right back. Classic Conversation with JT and Lo.
And Jose.
Listen, man, I've had iPhone 11 for a long time since iPhone 11 came out.
What?
Yeah, iPhone 11, and I wore it with pride because I was like, I'm not getting a new phone every time one of these things come out.
That's fair.
The whole family got better phones than me, and it's okay. So I'm at Sam's, right, and I'm unloading my cart, and my mom calls me. I put it on the speaker until I get my Bluetooth. You look in the parking lot, it was dry to the left. It was dry to the right. It was dry everywhere you could see. My phone's on the back of the trunk. It fell down in the only freaking puddle in the entire area. And that phone went face first. That joke ain't been back on since, man. It went zoop.
So Lo, I'm gonna just go and tell you something. That iPhone 11 decided it wanted to die. It jumped. It jumped ship.
That is funny.
That iPhone 11 was like this. He can't keep pushing me like this.
to find a studio that matches your podcast vision? Located inside Uptown Comedy Corner, our studio just 5 minutes from Atlanta's airport has everything you need. From high-quality equipment to multi-camera setups for live streaming, we've got it all. With 15 plus years of experience, our team ensures smooth sessions with editing and post-production services at an additional cost. Plus, our competitive pricing make it easy for creators of all levels. Contact us at 404-500-1605.
I think it's about the stimulus check, I think. I can think of.
Classic Konversation with JT and Lo.
And Jose.
And we back, folks. We're going to get this top 5 thing going on. You ready with it?
Yep. All right. We're going to go partially with one of the topics tonight, man. We're going to go with the top 5 scandals. Top 5 scandals that you've seen in your lifetime.
That could
Or
be
before your lifetime, that you heard about, that you read.
Right.
government, sports, entertainment, whatever you want it to be. Top 5 scandals.
Ready, D. Wayne?
What? No, that ain't something you just have on top of your head. So
I
would
know.
He had a minute. He had a minute to think.
Okay. All right.
How did Craig get fired on a day off? That's good. What did he do? Hilarious.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. You got a mic over there? You ain't got a mic, do you? You don't have a mic, do you? All right. First one was how did Craig get fired on his day off? The next one was the Major League Baseball scandal between Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and you said Mark McGwire? And Mark McGwire. He said
Hilarious.
28-24?
28-3.
28-3, the scandal of the Falcons in the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots.
He said Jada Pinkett, Will Smith scandal.
You got some good ones.
Who stole the cornbread?
I don't know that one.
What you mean who stole?
Mm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So basically, he's saying, who is eating the food before we pray on Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Dwayne, my uncle was like that. He was that person. Yeah.
All right,
Who
Jose.
stole the cornbread?
All right. Dwayne gave me this one. I did not sleep with that woman. And the scandal was, for me, of course, this was like really old, but when I found out later that she kept the dress with the DNA on it. Who does that? Except somebody that's going to tell on you. Okay?
That's a good one.
Um,
I can't think of
So
none.
the black
I'm tripping.
dress, in no particular order, because all of these were very traumatic. Magic Johnson coming out saying that he has AIDS and actually being cured.
That's crazy. I just started writing down magic.
And right. The Michael Jackson death. I remember my ex, when he found out, his face, he was just flabbergasted. He was like, when he was younger, his mom had bought him a ticket and he was bad, so she didn't let him go. So he called his mom. He's like, this man is dead and I ain't gonna never get to see him. But that was so traumatic when you found out he was gone, because he was planning that tour and we were all hyped up about actually being able to go see him on tour. I don't know about y'all. I was, okay. And let me see this. 1, 2. The McDonald's hamburger.
Okay.
When we found out that it was fake, that it did not, what is it? Get, fungus on it, mold, nothing, and it had been in that person's pocket. That was an eye opener.
Mm.
And the last but not least, Martin Luther King. The fact that he was not killed on that balcony, that the CIA went and murdered him while he was in the hospital, was shocking. Was shocking to me. It was really sad and defeating when I heard that. I'm not gonna lie, Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
All right. The McDonald's salt, the salt in the packet. The scandal is, why is the salt in the packet better than the salt that's on the table at McDonald's? The salt in the packet at McDonald's is real fine. The salt on the table will bounce off every French fry you put it on. Never understood that.
Who's putting salt on McDonald's fries?
I never put up
Hey,
salt on
man,
my
I
fries.
put
Right,
salt.
man. Look, we on the same
I
page.
put
I'm
that
like,
salt-
what he talking
hey,
about?
man, I put that salt on them all the time, bro.
really?
Oh yeah, man, that fine salt.
I don't think I ever picked up a McDonald's salt shaker.
Right. I was
I
thinking the
have.
same. Lo, I was thinking the exact same thing.
have,
I was like,
man,
when I
the
used to
salt
eat
be-
McDonald's,
The salt be all over here because it just bounced right off.
Interesting.
or it would be the opposite, Lo. like if I wanted to make sure I had fresh fries, I would say no salt. But then I would put the salt packet on it, when I get it. But
Salt packet.
yeah.
I'm telling you, the salt packet at
Yeah.
McDonald's is different.
Mhm.
I have some at that. I go in McDonald's now just to grab some salt packets.
Interesting.
Take them home.
But who knows that for it to be a scandal?
Now that's what I'm saying. Now you know. It was my scandal.
Okay.
My scandal.
This is his
Um,
personal scandal.
Okay.
Who killed JR?
Who killed J.R.? Good scandal.
Who killed J.R. Ewing?
Mm.
Dallas came back on and we still didn't find out.
Yeah, we did.
Who killed
The
him?
lady killed him.
What
It
lady?
was one of them ladies he was dating shot him.
Now, what y'all know about the soap operas?
Oh, I watch soap opera.
Oh yeah.
I watch One Life to Live. I mean, General Hospital to this day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 2 episodes behind. I got them recorded.
Yeah, I ain't
know
in the
what you're talking
daytime.
about.
I ain't in the daytime soaps
I
no
watch
more.
they-
But
yeah,
all the
shoot.
daytimes was One Life to Live.
All my children.
All
One
my
Life to Live,
children.
General
All my children. One Life to Live in General Hospital. Oh yeah, I watched them like
Only
clockwork
one
when I
left
was
in
in,
General
when I was in
Hospital.
high
and I
school.
still watch it.
I know my mama used to watch them, and then she would be watching, and I might come in there and sit for about 5 minutes and watch it, and 3 weeks later I come in there and it's the same scene. I'm like, what is going on? How's the same stuff going on from 3 weeks ago?
You can catch up on them quick now.
I
Yeah,
was
don't take
like,
long.
This is
Don't take
stupid.
long at all. The death of Prince.
Scandal.
Mhm.
The death of Prince.
Definitely a
Because
scandal.
I actually saw Prince's last concert, and when I tell you that dude did not look sick, there was, I mean, I don't want to say killed it, but he, 2 days later, he was dead. I went on vacation the next
Wow.
day, and I was sitting out, and I saw it on CNN. That's the only way I believe it. Saw it on Facebook first. I didn't believe it, and I, still nobody seems to know what happened with that one.
He had an overdose. Is that what they said?
That's what they said.
That's what they
Yeah,
said.
that he had all those different prescriptions.
That's what they
and-
said.
Yeah, I saw him right
I
before
thought
he
that
died
was
too,
Michael's.
JT.
Both of them. Both of them involved.
Yeah.
Mike's was based on
He was
the
prescribed
stuff he was
Mhm.
taking that was putting him to sleep.
Yeah.
Prince was taking stuff for back pains,
Yeah.
but it was quote unquote overdose.
Yeah.
And I
that
say,
But Michael,
and
you know,
I
they
say in
sent
quotes.
that doctor to prison for killing him.
Well, not for killing him. They sent him to prison for something else, and they just used that because he was doing stuff.
I thought they found him guilty of negligence.
No, not for
Okay.
Mike death. No.
Okay,
Alright.
I always thought he did.
Speaking on Michael,
Okay.
that's my next one. The MJ sex scandal.
Mm.
After MJ was gone, now all of a sudden you got this grown white man with a whole interview.
We're not a little boy. You talking about something after that?
He was he was a little boy. Now
Okay,
he was
okay,
grown
okay,
because it was after Mike had dead. They did a whole interview with him, and he was able to talk about being in the corner on the corner of the bed and all this other type stuff. I think it was 10 years, 10 or 15 years after the scandal supposedly happened. Now he wanted to talk about it.
Mm.
And they say that he wasn't paid. He wasn't paid for it. So, all right. And number one is remember that lady used to say, "Where's the beef?"
Mm-hmm.
Where was it?
Funny.
Where was it? I never understand. They kept saying
It was
"Where's
at
the beef?"
Arby's. You ain't never noticed
that
what
was-
it
Arby's?
was?
that was
Wasn't it?
Wendy's.
Arby's?
It was Wendy's
Somebody
commercial.
said Arby's
Okay.
ain't do that.
But whatever, I don't remember the commercial, but I remember like they used to have parodies of the lady saying "Where's the beef?"
Yeah, that was
But I
popular-
thought
that
it
was
was
that was
like a
popular commercial.
restaurant that's saying
Oh,
like
yeah.
we got the beef.
That was a popular commercial. That was Wendy's commercial.
And then also the scandal of Malcolm X and his death.
Mm. Major scandal.
Yeah. Was it?
Telling you, want to get.
this
If
bull-
you ain't seen that documentary,
Mm.
look at the documentary of Who Killed Malcolm X.
Mm.
That junk is so eye opening. It's crazy. That was it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Keith said at least you're getting paid for all that overtime. I know that's right. All right, the winner's circle got Marion Barry scandal.
Yeah.
Mm.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Shoot, which one?
Yeah, right.
All just O.J., I guess, yeah. Bill Clinton scandal. Again, which one? You know, they said the Clintons had responsible for a whole bunch of people getting killed too. Rick James case.
What was his case?
Look again.
Which one?
Which one?
Right.
Oh yeah, Rick James was there.
And last but not
doping
least,
them women up, keeping them in the house,
Oh, I never
all
heard
that
of
type
that.
of stuff. Yeah, Rick.
Oh, he was a Diddy.
Yeah, Rick.
Oh, yeah, he was Diddy
way
before
before Diddy.
Oh.
Just no baby oil that we heard of.
just a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
And last but not least, breakup of the Fat Boys. I feel you. How did Buff and them break up? My mom got Tony Evans, T.D. Jakes, Diddy, Epstein, Prince, Uncle, and Mike Johnson being gay. Who is Mike Johnson?
He said, not the Scooby-Doo.
I'm not sure
one.
who that is. Mike Johnson being gay? Who is that?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
My aunt got this recent election. Facts. Blackballing Kaepernick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watergate.
Wow.
Is that 3 out? You got a comment. I don't see no other ones. You see anything else, Dwayne?
I don't see 3.
After Watergate? Sometimes you see stuff I don't see. All right. Watergate. That was it? Okay. All right. I got the New Orleans Saints scandal. You know, when they were
Displaced.
when they had the hit on people.
The bounty.
The bounty
Bounty
gate.
gate.
Yeah, bounty gate. That was a big deal. That got coach suspended for a whole year and all kinds of stuff. What else did I type here? I got Tanya Harding when she had tore up Nancy Kerrigan legs for the Olympics. Oh, Speaker of the House Johnson. Okay, thank you. I got Mike Vick scandal. The dog scandal made him the face of dog fighting that's been going on for centuries. Still going on to this day.
Right now. There's a dog
They
fight
made
going on
Vic
right now.
Right now. But they made him the face of it. Spygate. Tom Brady. I mean, it's not the Patriots stealing signs and all that stuff. Knowing all.
Didn't they do the flat football too?
They did the flat football as well. They did the flat football as well. But Spygate was they was out there recording other teams and all that stuff, and they knew everything people were gonna do before they did it, to include my Steelers.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, gonna roll all these into one. Bill Cosby, P. Diddy, R. Kelly. Put them all into one.
I ain't want to have that conversation. That's why I ain't even
I know.
Yeah, they
I
all
know.
go in
That's
one.
why I saved it
'cause
for
they
last.
not like us.
I will. You said the Mike Vick scandal. It made me think also of the Allen Iverson scandal.
Which one?
The bowling alley.
Bowling alley.
All right, I got an honorable.
I've been watching
The Iverson thing.
Iverson.
I'm looking at it too.
I'm on episode 2 now, but it's like remembering all that stuff, man. It's crazy.
What is that on?
Bubba Chuck.
What is it on?
Is it
Paramount.
It's on Paramount. It's also on Netflix.
Oh, okay. I was on Paramount. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you're right. It's on Prime. It's on Prime. But it's amazing to see how good that kid was, ain't it? See it again.
Real deal, man.
Especially when he was in college.
Real deal, man.
You didn't see a lot because back then Georgetown was considered damn near a black school because they had a black coach. So you didn't see them on TV a lot.
Okay.
But seeing these highlights of that kid, my God, and he's small.
Football and basketball, man.
Right.
The real deal.
Right.
I got an honorable mention since he brought up P. Diddy. The fact that you had a rapper, I believe he was from Mississippi. He was the Notorious B1, and he did a song off of that same sample of Juicy Fruit.
Yeah.
And P. Diddy, I believe it was P. Diddy, because just knowing his character. It could have been Biggie, but I think it was probably P. Diddy. They stole his name, they stole the song, they stole his flow. Look it up, guys. Look it up. He had the song out before Juicy Fruit.
It has been a scandal about that one. I do remember that one.
Yeah.
But Diddy stole music. That's how Diddy became.
And that's
Diddy.
my point. That's why I think it was Diddy. Yeah.
That's how Diddy became Diddy. Be honest, or how he became Puffy. By sampling.
Yeah,
But we talking about
He
stealing
didn't really
music.
make no
But
beats.
we can go down the list of folks who stole music.
He ain't really
But we
Did-
talking about he
did
stole
a
that dude's
small
whole
sample.
persona. He took his name because his name was Notorious B1, and I think he called himself Biggie. So, all of it. He took the whole flow, the song, and just flipped it
Yeah, I
into.
remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And this dude was a big dark skinned guy, like Biggie. So yeah, he just took his whole
He
everything.
just chimed in. She got Bishop Eddie Long and all his
Ooh.
private jets.
The private jets.
that.
You were
That's
about
what
the
you talking
private
about?
jets, right? I was
That's
great
the
saying
scandal you picked?
right. right.
I mean, she's putting Bishop Eddie Long in and a combination. Kasim Reed and his money laundering.
Hey, yeah.
And see, we're going to go Kasim Reed, go doggone Bill Campbell. He actually went to prison for it.
Kasim did too.
Did Kasim go to prison?
Hmm. You can see that on American Greed, that episode.
Falcons Super Bowl 28-3. And APS superintendent and those tests. Oh, yeah, the Atlanta test score
Yeah.
scandal. That was a
Yeah.
big to-do.
Yeah, widespread.
Widespread.
It was a big to do, but at the same time, when we found out that they measure us on different scales anyway,
They do.
you know.
They do.
But I do want to remind everyone that we're supposed to be doing like an economic shutdown. So I think it starts the day after Thanksgiving up to December 2nd. We're supposed to be doing a boycott. So don't buy anything. So if you need some stuff, get it now.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving, I'll be at home anyway. So
Right.
eating
Right.
leftovers.
on Black Friday.
We technically
Right.
canceling Christmas, technically.
Yeah,
I mean, I had already kind of canceled some of them holidays, but yeah, we're not going to give them our money while they play in our face.
I always laugh when I hear that statement, we canceling Christmas. Here's the problem with our mentalities is that I don't want to get into it.
I'm saying
can't-
I'm saying the economic
I know,
part
but-
of it, right?
But that's the problem. It should
Mm-hmm.
it should be way easier than the thought. But the thought, when it just says we're canceling Christmas, is like, no,
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is still gonna be there. You know what I mean? we just
It's
protect
saying-
your money.
Yeah, it's saying all the stuff around it that we've been.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? We've
I'm
been
not saying
trained
that's
to
what you.
think-
I'm just saying
yeah.
that's what people say. Man, we can't even have Christmas. What do you mean you can't have Christmas?
Right.
Still have
Right.
it, yeah.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Right.
Yeah, I was just
Right.
saying.
And it's not about that.
It's a
right.
mentality thing,
Mhm,
man. I just, but I've been preaching this jump for years.
Me too,
For
Lo.
years on this Christmas thing, man. Stop getting caught up in this one day holiday BS, going broke for one day,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I started taking trips with my family at Christmas.
yeah. That's what Christmas is supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We did the same thing for years. We hit Disney. We did Christmas at Disney for years, man.
Yeah.
And it was the best Christmas. You know what I mean? Outside of
is.
being back in the day, was at home with my grandparents. That was about the closest thing you had, just having family, man, just having a good time.
Yeah.
Get all that gift giving BS.
Oh,
Yeah.
supposed to start on the 17th.
Okay. Y'all said it's supposed to start on the 17th. So November 17th until the 2nd, or is that the wrong date? Whoever just posted that.
That's what, Sunday? Monday?
All I know is
Monday,
get what you
18th
gotta
is
get.
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and let folks know where they can follow you if you want them to follow you.
At Jazay Sunray, Zay. Did that go out? Is that the only one on? okay.
The audio is still there. So go ahead
Okay,
and let
so
them out.
yeah, GYZAY, Sunray on everything.
All right. Angelo, where we at
Me too, Kiki.
this week?
Back at KOD on Saturday night, Mario Torre headline Saturday night.
Oh.
Hilarious.
Tuesday night, we had Traditions Global Cuisine, open mic comedy show, veterans free. And Thursday night, we had KOD with Destiny. She has a bunch of comedians and artists performing. Really good time. Really good show. November 21st, Macon folks. We'll be in Macon with Rodney Perry. Gonna be filming this special. Oh boy, Mike Eaton gonna be out there recording it. So that'd be cool.
That's what's up.
That's it, man. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling.
Also, November 22nd, Angela will be inducted into the Atlanta Flag Football Hall of Fame. Y'all need to go on out there and get your tickets. We can go out and give my man some support. Make sure we get that
Congratulations.
done.
Thank you.
Y'all know what it is. It's ATL hottest time. Uptown Comedy Corner is nominated. My nominations is hottest actor, TV and film, hottest actor, stage play production, hottest stage play production, which is God Guys, hottest online personality, hottest gentleman of the year, and also ATL's hottest power couple with the wife Casper. But also this weekend, man, it was crazy. Found out that I didn't know the name of the movie, but Tyler Perry movie Finding Joy, starring Shannon Thornton, which most know her as Miss Mississippi from Peep Valley. I'm actually in that movie in the fashion show scene right at the beginning. The craziest thing is I was looking for myself and missed myself because I forgot when I did it, but I actually had a black goatee at the time. But I'm in that. And then over the weekend, somebody hit me up and said that Terry McMillan's new movie on Lifetime called Preach, Pray, and Love, starring Karuchi Tran and Tobias Trevelyan, actually featured in that one a couple of times. I hadn't seen it yet, but I looked at the trailer, and this is the first time I've actually made a trailer. I'm actually
That's
in the
what's
trailer.
up.
But I'm actually a featured deacon in that one. I'm in the meeting rooms. They had me changing clothes a lot because we were supposedly doing different days in church or whatever. I haven't even seen it yet. I said I was going to look at it tonight, but I just noticed before I came over here that it was 2.5 hours long, so I will not be watching it tonight. Tomorrow's Veterans Day, so make sure that you send those happy Veteran Days out to the folks that deserve it. Happy Veterans Day to you, bro.
Same, my brother.
I appreciate it. I thought I was going to be off,
Happy
but
Veterans Day, Mom.
I'm going to be doing a half a day so I can get me one of them free meals somewhere. Thinking Golden Corral because you can keep eating. Like going there with my tablet and look at the movie while I'm eating at Golden Corral. Of course, you know, Applebee's is always going to have the free meals for the veterans. A couple of different places. So all you got to do is Google it. It can come right up. All you need is you can go in there with your DD-214 or whatever veteran identification that you have. That is going to do it for us.
My mom and my number one fan be hitting all them spots up, man. I just don't eat like that. You know what I mean? So it be like,
I usually do. I try and do one. But I know some people, they go from restaurant to restaurant.
that's what
to
they do.
restaurant. I can't
They hit
do
about
it.
3-4 restaurants.
No,
man.
I can't do that.
I can't do it, man.
But I guess if it's free, you ain't got to eat it all.
Yeah, true story.
You know, if it's free, I guess you ain't got to eat it all. So
Golden Corral not a bad idea. I love Golden Corral salad. I eat a big old salad, but I think that'd be
yeah.
Because you making it your
Delicious.
own, though, right?
yeah.
Right,
That's why I
right,
like
right.
it.
So you get to pick whatever you want on there.
Benny Hanna do it. I go
Oh,
to Benny
wow.
Hanna.
Benny, huh?
I know
didn't
Benny
know
Hanna.
that.
do it. She just put Benny Hanna up there. Shoot.
what's up.
I go to
Oh,
Benny
yeah,
Hanna.
I haven't seen that on no
Me either.
list. Guess they
You gonna go by yourself?
they put,
I go with my mama.
Okay, that's what's up.
I'm gonna go by myself.
Because she eat free
I
too.
ain't-
Right.
I was saying I'm
That's
going by
smart.
myself because ain't nobody else go with me can eat free. So
Right. That's what I was wondering. That's why I said it. Because, Benihana's like a whole experience. So that's why I was
man,
wondering.
shoot, I might-
Would you take somebody with you? Because then you
ain't been
hustling backwards, right?
right.
I was supposed to get a free meal. I didn't spend $100.
Right. Yeah.
How about that?
Have to think about that one. And also, everybody bundle up, man. It's gonna be cold tonight and tomorrow, and then it's gonna be 70 degrees on Sunday. So bundle up, but also be ready to, loosen up a little bit, so you're not out here getting sweating and getting sick.
That season.
Is that is it going to freeze over? Because I know they
there's
said
a-
it was supposed to do it the other night, right?
There was a freeze warning that was out when I was driving home from work. It was
It'll be
30.
like 25 degrees tomorrow morning. 25 degrees in the morning.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That game wins. I need one but a little bit Wednesday. Hope it ain't free like that Wednesday.
But
No,
do you still need
it's
to let
not.
the pipes drip? I'm trying to figure out what temperature is that you need to let those.
Anytime
Yeah.
it gets
Below
below
freezing.
freezing, you need to let them drip. Yeah, I've looked up because it's been many
So the
times.
20
I
is
forgot.
not though, right? It's below zero.
No,
Oh,
under
what is it?
34.
What's the under 34? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So let them sinks drip.
Yeah, look.
All your sinks.
The good thing is it's not any rain, so it shouldn't be too much black ice out there. That's it's
Yeah,
not
we
any
know that
rain
the
out
camera went out, so we just closing out.
there. Yeah.
Love y'all.
Yeah, closing out. So yeah, love all y'all. Appreciate you.
We ain't working on it, but
keep
by the time to
sharing
get it up, we're gonna be out of here.
Yeah, we about to be gone. Classic
Right.
Conversations with JT and Lo.
And just say,
And I'm going to salute you even though you can't see me, but understand I am saluting.
We
you
all
dig?
salute. Peace.
Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. The record's gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. The Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. The record's gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to read. The record's gonna Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.